What's up guys, Mike at OCA here, back again doing another video. And on this video, we are actually going to go over one of our custom builds, and that is the 8.6 blackout rifle. So before we get started on that, I kind of wanted to give a quick history on the 8.6, even though it is a relatively new cartridge. So the 8.6 was developed by Kevin Brittingham, and he sought out to make basically the 300 Blackout's big brother. But what he wanted to keep was he wanted to keep the characteristic of subsonic, and he wanted it to have terminal effects up to twice the distance minimum that 300 Blackout has. So after some testing and doing some real world testing, he came out with this, and I mean, he believes that this is the best hunting caliber you can use for 350 yards and in. Now, there's going to be a lot of different people who say otherwise, and that's your opinion, and that's fine. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to go ahead and build one and offer it because we liked what he came out with. We liked that. We liked the engineering. We liked the data. We liked, we like new cartridges. This still isn't SAMI spec'd, but by the end of this year, 2023, they're hopeful that it will be. If you've never seen the cartridge before, they're laying all over the table in front of us. But just to kind of start, this is the 8.6. Of course, 308, 6.5 Creed, 5.56, and 300 Blackout. So when you actually look at the rounds in case, you can tell that the 8.6 is bigger, but you really can't see how much is down in that case. So when you look up front, you can see there is the 8.6, the same round. There's a 308, and there's a 6.5 Creedmoor. So think about that. You're putting 285 grain projectile downrange, and it's still going to have the capability of hitting terminally at 350 yards. I mean, that knockdown power is just crazy if you haven't seen any of those videos. If you haven't, highly suggest you look at those because they kind of made me a believer, even though I was already building one and excited just because it was a new caliber. So going over all that, that is the specs for the 8.6 Blackout. So on our rifle, we kind of set out with the end user in mind, the consumer, you guys. So what we wanted to do was we kind of wanted you to create your own rifle. We have our preferences, and we have, the brands or the models that we like of certain things, but not everybody likes that. So what we wanted to do was give you guys the ability to pick exactly what you wanted on your custom build. If you weren't sure, you wanted some recommendations, we'd be happy to steer you in the right direction. But this one we kind of put together, and we are sending this one out to a client so they can use it. And so let me go over the specs on this one. So on this one, this is a Stiller custom action. It's the Predator model. It is a short action with fluted bolt. It is lapped. It is 100% blueprinted to this action, so it is going to be as accurate as humanly possible. On top of that action, you've got your standard Picatinny rail, so it's ready to accept an optic. Next, what we put on there was a 16-inch Faxon 8.6 barrel. It is a Ramage style, or Rimage style, however you want to say it. And it is threaded, so it's ready to accept either a muzzle brake or a suppressor, and I highly recommend a suppressor because they are crazy, crazy quiet compared to shooting unsuppressed. So once all that was done, the next thing you got to pick, of course, is a chassis. So we went with the MDT chassis on this. Love the all aluminum construction, keeps it lightweight, keeps it pretty balanced to the center, And overall, we like it because it also comes with the end that accepts a standard buffer tube, so you can put whichever stock you want on it. I personally love the LaRue rat stocks, so on this one we put the OD green LaRue rat stock, so it kind of all fit the colorway, and that just kind of completed the whole build, I think. You know, if we're going to stick with that color, you know, you got to try to keep it as much as possible. Other than that, we got a few odd and end parts, and the last but not least, the trigger. So on this particular rifle, we have a Trigger Tech. It is an adjustable single stage flat trigger. We love the flat triggers, and that kind of puts the whole build together. Now, this is actually a 10-round magazine, but they ship with a 5-round magazine. We just use the 10 round so it stands up easier, but you can easily get those at your local shop or online. And they are AICS style. So using the MDT chassis, it does allow you to go to the AICS style. So that's all for this one. If you have any questions, please reach out, and thanks for watching.